Hello, welcome back to Life Yap. Another one. Let's talk about. I have my notes up here. How basically, let's talk about this. Okay. So when you grow old and you look in the mirror, right, and you see that you were not yourself that you were when you were a young lad, you know, a lot of the times it leads to some negative effects on the celery, on the human psyche. And obviously, yeah, that makes sense, right? Because you are not the you that you used to be proud of. You're not the okay though. You're not the you that you know. You're not the you that used to be cool, right? You know, generally, traditionally, we like to preserve our youth as a society, right? And when you go through life and the stresses of being a human adult and growing old, you look in the mirror every once in a while. It's even happening now. We see a lot of posts about it on social media where people are just like me looking in the mirror and not seeing a little kid enjoying summer and instead seeing a full-grown man with responsibilities. That happens all throughout your life. That's always gonna happen because you're gonna reflect on what you had before and what you're dealing with now. Just know that's not you. Let me explain. When you look in the mirror in the morning, afternoon, at night, you're just kind of seeing you right now, right? You can't see yourself in the future. That's you right now. It's not showing you, right? Because you yourself are not one single thing, right? You're multiple things over a period of time. You change, you grow, you experience, right? And so, what I'm trying to say is that that's not you. You know, if we're being honest, time is irrelevant. If you believe you can do it, like, let's say you have a goal. If you believe that you want to be younger, you're gonna be younger, right? Does it make sense? Not really. One moment, fixing the mic. I mean, that's the thing, right? You just never know because you can't see yourself in the future, so you don't know what you'll become. The mirror is just showing you right now, right? You can reflect on what you used to become, what you used to be, what you used to be were. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's not you. It's not you. It's just you right now. It's not reflecting you because it's just showing the outside. It's not showing what you're capable of. It's not showing who you want to become. It's not showing your goals and your aspirations. So don't worry about what's in the mirror so much, right? But in a symbolic way, worry about what you can become, right? What you can achieve throughout life, right? Because you'd be surprised what people can achieve at their grown age. I mean, obviously there's the limitation of being old, right? But at the same time, you can always go and show, right, that like you can do something. It's been proven throughout history that no matter what your age, if you believe, you can achieve. And that just kind of shows that time is kind of irrelevant, right? To the human spirit. It goes until you die. And then when you die, to be determined, right? But that's just I mean, people do it all the time. You see old people on the news doing great things. What's an example? I don't have an example, but you know what I mean. And it's just like, you can achieve it no matter how old you are. You can be young, still achieve great things. It happens all the time, right? Call them gifted. You could be old and still achieve great things. I mean, you don't even have to achieve great things. You could just do whatever you want, no matter how old you get. And that's the thing I feel like a lot of people kind of miss in the in between stage. When you're a little kid, you're like, I'm gonna do whatever I want when I grow up. I'm gonna do my favorite thing. I'll be a police officer. I'll be a firefighter. I'll be a doctor. They say those like three things. It's common. Or I'm gonna be a vet. I'll be a teacher. Right? Or I'm gonna be a superhero, or a ninja, or an astronaut, or I don't know, superhero. Right? And then as you start to grow up, you start to kind of calm down, you could say, and be more realistic, right? And then when you grow old, you had all your time doing all your work stuff, and now you get to live life. And then you do what you wanted to do as a kid, right? But I'm just saying, you may miss out on some great things in life if you live that way. So, why not do those little things, you know? Why not? I mean, time's irrelevant. We live and then we die. We're a slave to money and then we die, right? So, what you see in that mirror isn't you. It's realistically irrelevant. Realistically, it's not you. It's not what you become. It doesn't show what you were. It's just a reflection of what's happening right now, right? If you don't like what's happening right now, improve upon it. If you change it to your liking, it's your face, it's your mirror. Hopefully it's your mirror. If it's not, then it's not your mirror. Don't change it. But regardless of mirrors, it's you. You know? And yeah, man. I mean, that's the yap. I feel like I'm making these yaps too long. Kind of makes it intimidating to the viewer. I should probably make them shorter. But, I mean, usually I'm putting up like 20-minute yaps. But, I don't know. Usually I'd put in the biological and like sociological regions, I think, for things. I mean, biologically you want to be young because being young is fine, it's good. I mean, that shows that you have youth, which means you still have time left, which means you have the ability to compete with other human beings and other creatures on this earth physically, right? Being old and feeble, frail, it's not it is not shown as a bit of a attractiveness, not necessarily in the traditional sense, but more like how much you would want to be that. Biologically, obviously, it's going to cause some stress because I'm old. I'm reaching the end of my lifespan. Your body wants to keep you alive for as long as possible. That's kind of an innately human thing. Not necessarily innately human, but that is a human part of being human. We won't let each other die, unfortunately. Actually, that's not unfortunate. In some scenarios, you probably should die. Just let them out of your misery. In other scenarios, keep them around. But but you also have like this reason. Traditionally, being old shows that you're old. It shows that you've lost who you used to be. But is that true necessarily? I mean, you still are you. And I think that in society today, there's a bit of a general push towards looking younger for longer. I mean, just look at a lot of modern celebrities. They try and look young. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, looking young. However, I think, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with looking old either. There's something beautiful about aging. It's where you reach your final cycle of existence. It's natural to look like that. And I think that with that, maybe we'd be cooling. Obviously, there's other problems like stress. As you go through your adult life, you have stress. You have a job. You probably have kids. You have finances. You have a house. Actually, not in this economy. Hell no. You have a car. You have rent. You got groceries, a pet, your bills. Just bills, insurance, your other family members or your parents, right? Your partner, your kids. I just said kids. Whatever. Okay. You have life problems, and looking in the mirror, as especially as a stressed out person, you're gonna feel nostalgic for the time that you weren't so stressed out, And I think that while that is true, you know, what am I talking about? Huh? No. Yeah, obviously, as you go through life, you're gonna gain responsibilities that make your life a little bit more stressful. Naturally, you look back on the times that weren't as stressful, right? And you're gonna think like, "Oh wow, I'm so tied down." Don't think you're so tied down. You are tied down, but give it due time and give it daily effort. That's what I always say. I'd rather put in 0.1% effort every day than put in like 5% every year, right? Let me do the math. 0.1. No, stop. Not 5%. 1% every year. Yeah, had to make sure because I don't want to do math wrong. No, 0.1% every day. Okay, no, 5% every year. Wait, stop. Let me do the math. 0.1, 0.2, 10 days. That's 1%, 2%, 3%. Okay. Yeah, I'd rather do 0.1% progress every day than 5% progress every year, right? It's the little things that push you forward. That's that's life. It's the little things. It's the big things and the little things. But if you miss out on the little things, the big things aren't as big, and the little things are not there. So if you put in that effort, you put in that cycle, you put in that grind, it's not going to be easy. But it's not supposed to be easy. And it doesn't have to start out super hard. Start out your own pace, and slowly work towards a goal that you want to achieve. Because at the end of the day, that's not you in that mirror. That's what you are right now. And what you can become is in here. And the drive to do it is in here. So do it. Why lollygag now? Become something that you want to be and you will be proud of. I mean, isn't that what life's all about? It's to live it. You want to die living, loving, living, right? So die loving, living. Live the way you want. I mean, not at the expense of other people. We live in a society. We can't do that. I'm not telling you, go be an axe murderer. Sell methamphetamine. That's a joke. But I'm saying, like, maybe there is more to life than you see in that mirror. Because it's so easy to make quick judgments on ourselves from the small results and not take into account what has been us throughout our entire lives. I do it today. I do it to myself all the time. I'll undermine myself and my progress and how far I've come in life, right? It's easy, but you just gotta realize that there's always more. There's always more that What I mean by that is not like there's always something out there for you, right? At the end of the day, you gonna live and you gonna die, right? So live and die loving living, and live and die doing what you love, right? Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be out there for you. You just gotta go get it. So go do it, But yeah. I'm pretty sure my other videos didn't upload because there's like an 11-day gap between this video when I post it and the other videos. I guess the cycling didn't work because I looked at all my other videos and I was like, huh, apparently they haven't been posted. So I guess that's just not gonna happen. I'll probably post them later. But yeah, there's supposed to be like 2 other life apps that are supposed to be posted. Whatever. I was also with some folks, some family that visited. But yeah, stay tuned. Always coming for more life yaps. I always talk about stuff. And if you disagree, comment. I want to hear what you have to say. Can't learn if you can't learn. You don't know if you don't know if you don't know. So let me know. But yeah, and tell me this is helpful. Catch y'all later. Goodbye.